Hey, today we are doing a thing, and as you can tell by the title and from this lovely picture underneath my hand, we have got a Disney's Most Likely To, a Disney tag that a fellow Disney tuber started called Emma and John. You're welcome. I will leave their links down below in the description for you so you can go and check out their videos and their channel as well. They're a super great YouTube channel. I enjoy watching their content, and they gave this inspiration for everyone to follow this tag and possibly take a go at it. So I thought I'd take a go at it and see what we get. I've thought hard and long about these. I'm going to give a brief explanation on each one and why I think they should deserve their space and tag that they get. So without further ado, we're going to get the intro going and we are going to jump right into it. Okay, so starting off this Disney tag, we have the most likely to become a millionaire. Now, I've started off simple. Mickey Mouse is most likely to become a millionaire. He is the face of Disney. He is the icon of animation in general, and by far he is just one of the most iconic characters that is on the earth at the moment. So it is no doubt that he will become a millionaire, or he's surpassed that. He's probably like a trillionaire or something. I don't know. I don't know how much the net worth of Disney is. So most likely to become a millionaire is Mickey Mouse, and just because of how iconic he is, I suppose, and how great he is at keeping standards and stuff like that. So he is the most likely to become a millionaire. Okay, so the next one is the most likely to become detectives. Now, I have chosen Chip and Dale for this because of one simple reason. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. They were kind of detectives in that, so it kind of just brings it together that they become detectives and work together to solve the mysteries and the crimes and things like that. Whatever is there that needs solving. So, Chip and Dale are most likely to become detectives. We are going on to the next one. So the next one is most likely to become a singer. I'm going to say Daisy Duck for this one. Daisy Duck is by far probably the most notable person out of the gang to become a singer that I could think of at the time that could actually make it into a career as a pop star. She seems very fly. She seems very up to date with clothing and setting trends and things like that. She seems that kind of person, that kind of duck, so to say. So most likely to become a singer is the one and only Daisy Duck. Now, this one I had a bit of trouble with, but the most likely to give all of their money to charity, or his money to charity, is I've chosen Goofy. Mainly because Goofy, deep down, is a very heartwarming person. He always wants to do right by his friends and by his family. So it would stand to reason that if something were to happen to a friend or a family member, he would give his money to charity to expand their research and things like that, to find a cure or whatever it could be, or a charity that could help someone in some way. I'm sure Goofy would do that, no doubt. So that's why he is the most likely to give all of his money to charity. Now, for this one, I have chosen the most likely to rule the world as Minnie Mouse. Alongside Mickey, they pretty much rule the animation world, so it stands to reason on why I've chosen Minnie for this. She's a great icon. She is always fashionable with her bows and her fashion sense. She is well known heavily across the world, the same as Mickey, and it just makes sense that she would be well known around the world, and that's why I chose Minnie to be most likely to rule the world. Okay, so this one was pretty easy. Most likely to blow their money on an impulse would be, for me, Rex the dinosaur from Toy Story. And I was specifically looking at Toy Story 2 for this choice. The part in particular where he was playing the Buzz Lightyear game on the console, and he wanted to buy all the cheat codes, and he looked at the manual in our toy barn. That was a bit that struck me as that would be something that he would do to buy money on it without even thinking about it. So long as he could complete the game and get all the achievements and all of the bonuses and the secrets and things like that, that'd be something that I think Rex would do, no matter how much the cost it would be. Bearing that in mind, toys don't have money, so would he really blow his money on it, or would he just pick it up and just take it with him wherever he goes? I don't know. Your decision. But I have chosen Rex for that, for the most likely to blow their money on an impulse. Now, this one, most likely to have 1 million followers on social media. I've chose the fairest of them all, and the first ever Disney princess herself, Snow White. Of course, Snow White is the one that broke all the records and said that Walt couldn't do anything to do with a full-length feature animated film, and he did it. So Snow White would be the most likely for me to have 1 million followers on social media that I could think of at the time, because no matter what, there's going to be tons and tons of thousands of pretty much followers for every other Disney character. But I think Snow White set a bar for all Disney animations and all animations that we have today. And Snow White is the one that did it. So, oh my gosh, my glasses. So, Snow White will be the most likely to have 1 million followers on social media, in my opinion. This one was just screaming at me for this answer. The most likely to cancel plans last minute is Aurora, which is Sleeping Beauty. Of course, we all know Sleeping Beauty is sleeping the majority of her movie. That's what she's known for. She had a curse that was put on her for 100 years. Yada da da da. But she would never be able to sleep again, because she'll always be tired because she slept for that long. So she would be most likely the one to cancel plans last minute if the Disney princesses were to go and get a night out or whatever like that. Aurora would be the one to be like, yo, you know what, I'm just going to go sleep at like 8 o'clock. See you later, girls. And that'd be it. So, most likely to cancel her plans last minute would be the one and only Sleeping Beauty. Now, when I was reading this one, another one that was just screaming at me for this answer. Most likely to throw a tantrum over a game of Monopoly, WreckIt Ralph. Now, we all know that WreckIt Ralph, if things don't go his way, he will wreck it. So, it stands to reason if he is losing the game of Monopoly, he will wreck the game, and he will throw a tantrum, and he will break an unstoppable gobstopper. But nonetheless, it is pretty much easy to say that WreckIt Ralph earns this title and this certificate for the most likely to throw a tantrum over a game of Monopoly. Okay, now, the most likely to be the first one to die in a zombie apocalypse, I have to say that this would have to be Donald Duck. Now, I was thinking between two characters in particular, but then settled on Donald, purely because he would be too stubborn to actually believe it's true, and he would go out and try and prove his point, and eventually he would perish and die. But what do you know? That we can't change Donald. We love Donald how he is, so. But unfortunately, he probably would be the first one to die in a zombie apocalypse, in my opinion. Anyway, so first one to die in a zombie apocalypse goes to Donald Duck. Okay, now this next one, most likely to lock themselves out of their house, would be the one and only Max Goof. Now, Max Goof is the son of Goofy, as you know. He probably, goes in his father's footsteps with his clumsiness, and by far, he would be the most likely, alongside with his dad, if I didn't choose him for charity, to be able to lock themselves out of their house. So this one goes to Max Goof, and it's probably a solid reasoning why, because sometimes the goose are a little bit forgetful, and what can you do? That's just their nature, that's how they are, but we love them nonetheless. So the most likely to lock themselves out of their house is Max Goof. Okay, so the next one, the most likely to travel the world, I have chosen Tiana. Now, if you have not seen Princess and the Frog, there will be spoilers right now. Tiana opens her own restaurant at the end of the movie with Prince Naveen. So my guess and estimation would be that eventually she would want to expand it and make it into a chain of restaurants. So why not have restaurants from the New Orleans taste all over the world? So eventually Tiana would have to travel the world to open these said chains of restaurants and hire the staff and train them and things like that to make the perfect New Orleans food. So that was my choice for travel the world. Most likely to travel the world would be Tiana, in my opinion. Okay, this one was just too easy. Most likely to be my best friend forever would be Stitch. He is by far my favourite Disney character. I love him to bits. He is charming, he is funny, he is adorable, and at first he's a little bit mischievous, and still can be throughout the movies as well, and the TV program, and what have you. But, nonetheless, Stitch would be my best friend forever, and I like to think he would be for, forever and ever. So, most likely to be my best friend forever, Stitch. So this one, again, was a very easy one. Most likely to have an embarrassing tattoo, I'm going to say Rapunzel. Now, Rapunzel was 18 when she left the tower. No, wait, sorry, she was 17 when she left the tower, 18 when she saw the light parade at the night, when she got there eventually. So she was out of the castle, out of the tower for about 3-4 days. We'll call it a week. As time goes on, obviously she has never had experience in the outside world. She's been raised in that tower, so she's going to do some embarrassing things, and obviously she is very, very gullible. She will listen to anyone who gives her any sort of advice, and personally I think that's why she would have an embarrassing tattoo, because she'll listen to someone who says it's a great idea, she'll go get it done and regret it. So that's why she is most likely to have an embarrassing tattoo. Okay, with this one, I struggled a little bit. Most likely to leave Earth and live on Mars is... I've chosen Buzz Lightyear, because let's remember, Buzz Lightyear is a space ranger. Being an action figure toy to someone who is an astronaut, I would only think it right that it would be right for him to live on Mars, leave Earth, live on Mars, to experiment with, see if it's suitable for everyone else to live on, and get like examples of like rocks and things like that, and examine them, experiment with them, things like that. So most likely to leave Earth and live on Mars, Buzz Lightyear. And the last one is most likely to steal. I have chosen Eugene Fitzherbert, more commonly known as Flynn Rider. Now, reason I've chosen Eugene here is because he's already done it. He stole Rapunzel's tiara from the castle. He's stolen plenty of other things to be wanted by everyone in the land. And he is a thief by nature. Before he met Rapunzel and changed himself, he was a thief for goodness knows how long, for an obscene amount of years. And that's why he is the most likely and has succeeded in stealing. So, yeah, that's why I've chosen him, because he's already done it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and go and check out Emma and John's channel. I will leave it in the link as a link in the description down below for you, so you can go and check it out and check their videos out and this video as well. Be sure to comment if you have taken part of this or are looking to take part of this. I'd be more than happy to spread this around for the two of Emma and John. And be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already by pressing that big shiny red button and pressing that little dingling bell so you can stay up to date with all my new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. But until the next video, ladies and gentlemen, as always, stay classy, YouTube.